Welcome back. It's Sports Central. My name is Vladimir David Fontaine. Still with me for company, and we're ready for the talking point in the world of football. Football, here we go, as usual. Let's get to talk about football stories around the world, beginning from the Nigerian Premier Football League and the anticipation that comes with it. But yesterday we saw some decent games take place in the Nigerian Premier Football League, and one of it being Enyimba Football Club, being held by Heartland Football Club in Aba. And while tonight there's also overpowered Kwara United, it will be a conversation, but let's start with Enyimba Football Club. I want to start with you. Yesterday we talked about it. The stadium was open, and Kwara only find was the sporting director of the side, and around today 3 foreign pros, foreign pros are being part of this Enyimba setup. 2 as administrators, 1 as a footballer, a player now. And before we've heard the squabble from Brian Day that he's talked about, you can start a conversation in line with this now. He's saying logistics bad, food bad, everything bad in the Nigerian Premier Football League compared to what he's saying all around. But yesterday for Enyimba Football Club, another time, they faltered their lines. Kwara had opened the gate, a free entrance for all the fans. They said, come en masse, let's watch and see if we can change the fortunes of Enyimba Football Club. It never happened. Heartland scored first, Enyimba equalized, ended in a draw. The draw masters back in the league.
Well, I think I've always said that I've maintained my position that psychology matters a lot in football, in sports, because when you get to have some poor results consecutively, it affects the players' mentality. And at this moment, I think that's the problem with the Enyimba Football Club, because when you look at them, I don't remember the last time Enyimba Football Club got a victory in any particular match, being dumped out of the CAF Confederation Cup and came back to Nigeria. This is the 3rd game since the start. They came back to the NPFL and now still yet to win a game, and that shows you the level and what's been wrong with Enyimba Football Club at the moment. Against Heartland Football Club, a team who were not that good as well, but they were able to get the first goal, and Enyimba had to pep them back to get that particular draw in that match. I think for Stanley Enyimba right now, he has to try to see how he can make this team, because Enyimba Football Club, I'm sure the fans are going to be expecting something more from them at this moment, just like Kwara United fans at the moment. They are not used to that position they are occupying at the moment. So Stanley Enyimba needs to do something as quick as possible before the pressure starts piling on him.
Well, we thought that the next question would be what Stanley Enyimba has to do now. Before Stanley Enyimba joined the side, everyone thought Fidelity Church was doing quite fine, won the league with Enyimba. Everyone thought, okay, it's Enyimba Football Club. Larry Waju also took over, who was assistant. I didn't perform so well, and all the fingers were pointing at Larry Waju. And now, Stanley Enyimba joining the side, everyone thought maybe the Messiah is back. He's won the league where Rivers United performed. We saw the performance. I think he would change the fortune of the side. He's not really done that. The last few matches we've seen. And they've had 2 away losses for Enyimba, and now at home, we're pulling a draw to Heartland Football Club. Thanks to what Emmanuel Melike is doing with Heartland Football Club. But the conversation is, what does Stanley Enyimba get to do next?
Well, I think it's all about results now. One would actually care about how Enyimba International are playing now. Are you a defensive side? Are you a dominating side? What the fans need now. Are you like Arsenal Football Club? So what the fans need now is end product. The result at the end of it is what would actually speak for Stanley Enyimba and the boys. Enyimba International, take nothing away from the side. Of course, one of the most successful side in the NPFL. So one would expect they stay top there, maybe the top 4, contending for a CAF Confederation as sports, or maybe a CAF Champions League sport at the end of it. But it's not looking likely at the moment. Secondly, I still feel nothing can be changed more in terms of players recruitment, because just a few days before the end of the window. So what do you have to do? You have to get these players available now to start bringing results. And how, if you look at Enyimba in the last few games, they've also do not have a whole lot of goals being scored by the side. It's something we talked about during Larry Waju's era. Stanley Enyimba came in, we saw a few changes, a few improvement in terms of goal scoring. But I think at the moment, after being booted out by Zamalek in the CAF Confederation Cup, they have been a downward spiral for the side, and it gets to affect them psychologically. So Stanley Enyimba has to find a way to get results as quick as possible, and not minding the way Enyimba International playing at the moment.
Not minding the way Enyimba International are playing at the moment. Last 5 matches for Enyimba International, there's been 2 losses, 2 draws, and only 1 win for them. Not making sense for a club that's won 9 Premier League titles in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Heartland Football Club sweep position, 13 in the lot, Enyimba 9th in the lot, and similar to Enyimba, 1 win for Heartland Football Club, 3 draws, and 1 loss, quite better than Enyimba, 3 draws compared to Enyimba's 2 draws, 2 losses and 1 win. Well, for the conversation in the Nigerian Premier Football League, what were the chances of Enyimba moving forward and probably qualifying for the top 4 for CAF competition, because Kanu Nwankwo has given them that target and said, well, all you need to do is to win the league. If you can win the league, qualify for CAF Federations Cup or CAF Champions. The question is, what would they be doing going to CAF Confederations Cup? We've seen it before. It's not really worked out for them. Well, we'll get to talk about other games that took place in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Well, yesterday we saw the likes of Shooting Stars getting a victory, a 2-0 victory over Nasarawa United, and Remo Stars. Remo Stars didn't play yesterday anyway. It was Niger Tornadoes rather against Kwara United. 2-1 victory for Niger Tornadoes. The Tornadoes happened to Kwara United. Katsina United beating Plateau United 1-0, and Rivers United at home are being held by Bendel Insurance 2-2. Similar to Enyimba Football Club, Rivers United not being at their very best. Anyway, no matter how you want to talk about it, they now dropped to number 3 in the log. Shooting Stars at number 2, Remo Stars at number 1. Fun.
Well, Remo Stars might just be, severing this particular opportunity, because Rivers United were the only team who were neck to neck with them in the rest for the Nigerian Professional Football League. But at the moment, I think Remo Stars might just be running away with the league title.
Yeah, it could be the season for them, because the big lads are not doing quite well.
Yeah, exactly, because Shooting Stars currently number 2 on that log, and I don't trust Shooting Stars. Definitely, we know they're going to drop points at some point. So at this moment, Remo Stars maybe should just start saying our congratulations.
Well, you never can tell. It reminds me of a certain team in English football. When Manchester City weren't doing well, everyone thought it's that season now, and guess what? Liverpool are top of the league. And it's that conversation. I didn't mention any team anyway. Well, let's talk about a Nigerian player that's enjoying a fine form. Nathan Taylor form. He's been absolutely fantastic. Well, we saw Nathan Taylor score his first Champions League goal when Bayer Leverkusen took on that opponent at the closure of it, and fantastic for him. What's the interesting feature about Nathan Taylor and Fonitina this season?
Well, Nathan Taylor has been benefiting a lot from Xabi Alonso. This last season was the man Victor Boniface, but this season it seems to be Nathan Taylor. He started a lot of games compared to last season because of the injury to the front line. Martin Terrier out injured for Bayer Leverkusen at this point, and also the man Victor Boniface out injured at a point. So Nathan Taylor has been tasked with starting more games. He's also assisted a lot in the Bundesliga. If you check his stats, I think he's already doubled what he did last season at this point. So for Nathan Taylor, it's just about transcending this particular form to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Just like I said at the start of the show, March is around the corner, and we need our players to be at their very best. So what Nathan Taylor is doing, I hope it continues up until March.
Many hopes continuing up until March. Looking forward to the qualifiers for 2010. So excited about the performance of Nigerian footballers.